Hi, Pep Stars. It's Miss Bowen from Pep Practice. I'm excited today to join you because we are one exam down. So today we did the ability test examination, and we have 6 more examinations to go. Don't let the 6 daunt you. Once you're staying in tune with this channel, you should not have a problem. Yes, I said it. I'm also very excited because I already have the paper. And this video is the reveal. Yes, it's the big reveal of the video. It's the big reveal of the people. Yes. So, should we get into it? In the comment section there below, please just let me know how you think you did, right? Clearly, you won't know what mark you got as yet, but you must have that gut feeling that tells you, I probably think I got a 25 out of a 40, a 30 out of a 40, a 40 out of a 40. I'm not sure. Just hit the comment section and just tell me, how was the examination? Was it easy? Not sure I like that term though. Was it manageable? Was it hard? Did you just like lose it in there because you just did not know what to do? I hope none of us felt that way. Nonetheless, I just want to hear what were your feelings like coming out of the examination, all right? So without further ado, let's go to the paper. I'm going to be sharing now. I'm so excited. So you know how this thing works before I share. I don't do the entire paper at once. I'll do half the first 20 questions, and then in the next video, I'll do the next 20 questions, all right? So let's go to the paper. I'm so excited. I can't hide my excitement. All right, so let me zoom in here so we can see what this paper looks like. Does this look familiar to you guys? Yes, it does. All right, so we know the general instructions. There are 40 items on the test. Only one correct answer is there for each item. You're supposed to be reading carefully. I hope you did that today. And select the correct response and then shade the corresponding letter of the answer you chose on the answer sheet that was provided. All right, so let's get into it. Select the option that best completes the sentence for item 1 to 4. Number 1 says, question is the answer as problem is to. Is it agreement, query, disagreement, or solution? It is solution. Once you have a problem, you need to provide a solution, all right? You need to solve the problem. Number 2, ocean is to Atlantic as Caribbean is to. I give it away. As sea is to Caribbean is. I gave it away. All right. That was pretty much a giveaway. Number 3. Yes, I can continue to go ahead. Going forward, I'll just pick the correct answer. Let's do Caribbean. Airplane is the flight attendant as school is to. So now we have A and B as the possible answers. Clearly, C and D do not fit. This is how I looked at it. So the flight attendant works with the pilot on the airplane. The pilot is the chief person and the flight attendant is assisting the chief person. So I would not choose principal because it would have been airplane is the pilot, school is the principal. I chose teacher. All right. So airplane is the flight attendant as school is the teacher. Number 4, wheel is the invention as fire is to. So when we look at this analogy, we have to find the relationship between the wheel and invention. So the relationship between wheel and invention is that the wheel is an invention. So what is fire? Fire is a discovery. All right. None of the other options are best suited. Move on to number 5. The instructions are cut off here, but I know what it is. So we're arranging in alphabetical order. So the words are entertain, entice, energy, eternal, and engine. So we can just quickly write out our alphabet charts. I can do it mentally. So I'm just gonna, first, all of them start with EN. So I look at the third letters. This is a T, this is a T. Here is a E. And then, well, not all of them start with an EN. Eternal doesn't start with an EN. So I know this is the last one because all of the ENs would come before ET. All right, and this other one has a G. So, sorry, this is an E. Let me underline the E instead of the R. Oh. All right, so which one comes first? Is it the T, the E, or the G? So the E comes first, so we'll have energy. Let's do 3. And then after energy would be engine because G comes before T. I think pretty much we have our answer, but let's just continue. Entertain. Between entertain and entice, we have to look at the fourth letter, which is E and I. E comes before I, so it's entertain. Next, entice, follow, and then finally we said it would be eternal. So the answer is B. Next question. Okay, so we have aggressor, aggression, aggrieved, aggregate, sorry, aggressive. All right. Similar to what we just did, all of the words here as have AGG. So we're gonna look at the fourth letters. R and R. Both of these have R. This also has R. All of them have AGGR. So we're actually looking at the fifth. Let's look at the fifth letter. Let's look at the fifth letter. Which is E here. Here is also E. For agree with I. E and E. All right. So what would have been coming first? All of the A, G, G, R, E will come first. So this one is automatically last. So I'm gonna put 3 to be the last because I know that because it has I and E comes before I. All right. So let's look at the 6 letters. For aggressor and aggression, we're basically going not to the 6. For 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, the 8th letter, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, because all of them have aggress. These both have aggress. And the same for aggressive. We're going to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 letter in regards to these 3. Aggregate would come first because if we look here, AGGRE G would come before S. So we're actually going with 4 first. All right, so let's look at the ones that have aggress now. Aggressor, aggression, and aggressive. So let's look at the 8 letter. For 1, that's O. For 2, that's I. And for 5, that's also I. So these either aggression or aggressive will come first. Let's look at the 9th letter. And the 9th letter in aggressive is V. The 9th letter in aggression is O. Clearly O comes before V. So we're going to have a 2. And then 5. And then I'm just going to fill in the 1 here because we know aggressor will come in now. Do we have something that looking like that? That's looking like that? Yes, we do. So the answer is C. Ooh-wee. I hope you were able to do the same thing that I just did. And we're on the same page because all my answers are correct. Yay me. And yeah, you too, if you're doing the right thing. All right. Next question. Let's read the instructions. Which option is not a necessary component of the word in bold type for item 7 to 9? Market. Even though we are accustomed to seeing the market crowded, crowd is not a necessary component. We want to have fruits, vegetables, and vendors to sell these fruits and vegetables, but we don't necessarily need a crowd. And some days, if you go to the market, you'll see that there are no crowds. There are no crowds. Month. I'm gonna go ahead and select holiday because not every month has a holiday, but we have Sunday, which is a day, and day and week. The month has to have day and week. Email. I'm not sure if we're familiar with how an email works, but the email must have a sender. It also needs a receiver, and we need to send the message that we compiled, right? It does not need an attachment, all right? So far, those are the answers. Let's get going. For number 10 and 11, which word is least similar to the word in bold? Category is in bold. Group, set, and class are group, set, and class are similar to category. Standard is the least similar. Modern. Modern is similar to recent, latest, and new. When it's modern, it does not necessarily have to be unique. So that's the least similar. All right. For items 12 to 14, examine the options. Then select the one that does not belong in the group. So we're very accustomed to these types of questions. These are the odd one out or so let's look at the answers. Our classification, we can call them classifications. Let's look now. Obstacle, hurdle, barrier, entrance. Obstacle is something that's blockaging you, similar to a hurdle and a barrier. An entrance is an opening that does not belong. Sketch, illustration, photo, drawing. Sketch, illustration, and drawing are similar. Photo does not belong. Pair, duo, and both are similar. Trio does not belong. Trio means three. Pair means two, similar to duo and both. All right. To be honest, the paper looks pretty decent so far. I didn't find a question that I really had to go into the brain box about. So, and that's usually what it is for the first 20 questions because they're more language arts aligned, verbal reasoning. So they tend to provide some form of reasoning, but they're not the brain busters like the problem solving questions for the quantitative reasoning and the analysis and so on, right? So I know this is the easier part of the paper, but nonetheless, still looking very decent, right? Or manageable. For items 15 and 16, which option reflects a pattern? All right, so here was what I did. I'm just looking for the pattern randomly, right? So we start at A and then we jumped all the way to E. And then the distance between A and E, 1, 2, 3, 3 letters between. And that's not the same for H, 2 letters here. But then I also looked at L and I saw there was 3 letters and then M is just right there. So I'm not sure if that's really a pattern. All right. For A, C, they skipped out to B and F. That's not really a pattern so far. And then we have G there. So I won't consider that to be a pattern. Let's look at the next one. A, then D, skipping out 2 letters between. And then the continue with G is also skipping out 2 letters between. That looks patternish. That's a word. I'm making up words. And then 2 letters skipped out here to get to J. This is definitely a pattern. I'm going to choose C. So this is what is done here, skipping out those two here, those two here, and I can automatically say that these will be skipped out to get to M. All right. Number 16. Let's look for the pattern. N-O-P, that's 3 letters here, and then it jumped all the way to W. I don't think that's a pattern. N, 2 letters are skipped out, then Q, and then it just went to R. That doesn't look like a pattern. N, skipped out 2 letters to Q, then 2 letters to T, and then it skipped out 1 letter to V. I'm not sure if that's a pattern. Let me check. D, N, skipped out 1 letter to P, and then skipped out 2 letters to S, then 1 letter. That's a pattern. I'm gonna choose D. Let me show you what's taking place here. So you're skipping out this letter, then these two, then this, then these two, then this. Are you seeing it? So they're skipping out 1 letter first, then 2 letters, then 1 letter again, then 2 letters, then 1 letter. All right? Definitely a pattern. Number 17 says, you should read the statements in each bubble, then select the option that represents a conclusion from the statements. So this is a logical deduction question. Hope we were on top of our types of questions. So statement 1 says, all students who do well in science study during the night. And statement 2 says, Raquel does well in science. Clearly, Raquel studies during the night because if it says all students who do well in science, study during the night. And if Raquel does well in science, then clearly she studied during the night. So that's the first one. All the other options are not the best suited. All right. Study the chart carefully, then use it to answer item 18. Sydney asked her neighbor, Jordan, to take care of her dog for her while she was away. Use the chart to help Jordan decide how much dog food she should give to Hunter each day. Daily dog food feeding chart. I'm not going to go through all of the things in the chart. It's there so we can look at it. So let's read the criteria. Sydney's dog is 8 weeks old. I'm tapping in here. This is between 7 to 10. There's where I would find 8 weeks. And it also says that he weighs 17 kilograms and 16 to 20 kilogram is where 17 will fall. So I'm just actually just drawing a line all the way across. You can clearly see the answer already. But I'm just drawing a line across to bring it down to show you what we're talking about. There's actually 3 cups. So Sydney's dog will get 3 cups of food. All right. Are we almost there to the half mark? There's the last set of questions, the artificial reasoning or artificial language, sorry. For items 19 and 20, their meanings are taken from an artificial language, the words, and their meanings are taken from an artificial language, and then you're going to read them carefully and use them to help you to select the correct option. This is a repeater question. We saw this somewhere. I already knew what the answer was, right? Because we saw it somewhere. But let's go through to see why the answer is what it is. So Dankin Balf is workforce. More up. Dankin is groundwork. Dankin Alti is workplace. Which word could mean someplace? What is place? Place is Alti. We're seeing that, work and place. So place is Alti. So the 2 options is A and D. The answer is D because bluff means force. We're seeing that, eh? So therefore, the answer is D. Final question for this video. You're going to be seeing part 2 tomorrow. Yes, I'm going to just get to it straight so you can see that this is where you went wrong. This is what I did. This is what I could have done, but the answers are here. This is our reveal video, and you have seen from number 1 to 20 what the questions look like, a refresher, and we saw what were the answers, right? Again, just go down in the comment section, tell me how much out of the 20 you got. I'm very interested to find that out, all right? And then tomorrow, as I said, we're going to be doing 20 to, well, not 20 to 40, 21 to 40. So you'll be seeing the remainder of the paper and we'll go through the answers so you'll know in total what your grade looks like, right? Final question. Deokark means oak tree. CN or CNO Kirk means oak leaf. CN crane means maple leaf. So we're looking for maple syrup. So what is maple though? First we'll find out what oak tree. If you look here, oak is actually Kirk. This is actually a reverse. So instead of oak being at the beginning of the artificial language, it's actually at the end. So we see both of these because we saw Kirk in these 2 words, and the only 2 words that are similar for both of them is oak. So Kirk means oak, right? So now we can say that maple would be green because we see the pattern of the artificial language being switching around the English words, right? So we know maple to be green. So there's 2 words. There's Patrick Crane and Crane Wheel. Now, how do we know the correct answer, right? It cannot be Crane Wheel because remember, maple is at the front, and because of how the pattern is set here, The cringe should actually be at the end of the word. So the correct answer is A. So students, there you go. There you go. There you go. Tell me how you did, right? As I said, I went through the first half and I just knew that, and that's general for all of the examinations that we've looked at so far, where the first 20 questions make you feel like, this exam is going to be like a breeze. And then the latter questions is like, I'm going to have to look back at that thought that I gave initially. But yes, there you have it. How you did. I want to know. In the comment section, let me know how you did, right? And as I said, tomorrow, meet me here again. We're going to go through the remainder of the questions. And finally, you'll be able to see, before the exam result comes out, what are an idea of what your grade looks like, right? So please stay tuned to the channel. You want to share to all the students who are doing examinations, grade 4, grade 5, grade 6 students, right? And you really want to subscribe because we have all the details here, right? So don't move a muscle from this channel. You have to stay tuned because we have all the PEP related details, all right? Thank you for tuning in to our video and I'll see you in our next video. Have a great afternoon.